Hello, my name is Dr. Shambles, and today in this video I'm going over some tech cards, some matchups, a little bit in general, what's going to happen in OP06 against Red Purple in specific. Now I'm doing this video because I believe there are some things, well, I'll be going over the most popular leaders in OP06, so to speak, but there will be some tech cards here and there that I want to talk about specifically. For that, I'm going over some deck lists. This will be very fast, I don't want to lose much time actually, but I believe there's some good information here, that's why I'm doing this video. Again, this is also to keep me in check on my research. So let's go over. The first thing I'm gonna talk about is Gecko Moria. Now, I don't believe you will have so many problems with Gecko Moria as much as, for example, Sakazuki with the OP06, because Gecko Moria does not have that much board removal. It does have some, which is, for example, Absalom, but other than that, actually not much. This is and obviously Lucci. So pretty much he only has two cards of reduction. Board wiping, but what Gecko Moria does is he pretty much uses cards from trash. So even if you take out Absalon on the next turn, if you do not bottom deck with Red Purple Law, he will come back with Gecko Moria. So what the strategy on Gecko Moria will be against you is he pretty much uses the many cards he has, to decrease your cost, and then he'll just recycle from the trash the ones that just wipe your board. So you do need to be careful with that. His board wiping will not be as consistent as Sakazuki, but it still is a little problem. Not only that, he accelerates that strategy with his leader ability, where he attaches Dawn and uses two Dawn, not rested Dawn to active Dawn, and when he attacks, he discards a card from hand, puts the top two cards of his deck into the trash, and plays one Thriller Bark Pirate. Now, he could use this ability to trash the Absalom and then play him, or some other card that will decrease your cost. Then what he needs to do is pretty much use Rebecca to bring back, for example, Lucci, and he keeps recycling from trash your board wipe. So this will be his strategy against you. He'll pretty much send everything to trash. Well, obviously this is the general strategy against every single deck. But what I want to clarify here is he will not be as consistent board wipe as, for example, Sakazuki. For example, he cannot research Lucci so much unless he gets Rebecca's from field. Then there's another card which will be popular in every black deck, which is Moria, which can bring back both. So this will probably be a very big problem, but he can only play it on very late game. And we on very late game are already, well, you know, we kinda already need to finish anyways. So there's no need to worry about that so much. But yeah, we do need to keep Rebecca in check and keep Lucci in check. The only problem is I'll be still playing Fire Fist, obviously, which destroys Rebecca if you have 2 lives or less, but he can just bring it back sometimes. It depends, but it's very hard to bring back Rebecca actually. Wait, let me just... No, yeah, he can only bring Rebecca with Moria, that's it. But the combo is he plays Moria, Moria brings back Rebecca, and Rebecca just brings back whatever he needs from trash to hand or field. Most of the time he'll combo this with Lucci or some other fields like Dr. Hogback, which has 5k attack, which makes it, you know, set him up for the next turn. But yeah, that's pretty much the combo. So watch out for the strategy of board wiping from the trash. To counter this, I just suggest to be... Well, Red Purple Law is already very aggressive deck. It's a red deck, obviously. But I don't know. I believe you need Shashin Penguin the most in the beginning hand. So, you know, you can take away his early board, play Shashin Penguin to regenerate those 2 rested Dawn, so you have Dawn for next turn. So I think Shashin Penguin will be... will have a very big role against this deck. It already has in every deck, but with this one, you're probably gonna be even more. And obviously, you have Reiju, which draws you 2 cards. She's amazing, so yeah. But we do need the aggression very early on. Next is Sakazuki. Now, this is a very interesting matchup. So this deck is already super OP on OP05, and OP06 will only get it only gets better. Now this is the most general deck list that you have. As you can see, it plays Gecko Moria as well. I mean, every single leader who has the black color plays Moria now. He still plays the Lucci, and well, most of them only play 1 Helmeppo just to decrease 3, which is better than Tsuru. So yeah. But what I really am afraid of this deck is this, which is Tashigi, which is the new searcher that will come out on OP06, which will add up to the consistency of the deck already. And another card is Ama no Murakumo. Sorry if I said it wrong. This is pretty much a Lucci, only you don't build board for next turn. You know, Lucci does give you a 6k swing for next turn. But it pretty much does exactly the same as Lucci's effect for 2-Don. Now, in some rare cases, because of the Great Eruption, this means he can board wipe you very early on with this. Although most people don't play 1, by the way, most people play 2. 2 is the most popular ratio, but this is something that we are gonna have to play around and be very careful of. Tashigi, well, although she will add up to the consistency, but fortunately for Red Purple we can just take her away with our ability. So yeah, the rest still stays pretty much the same. There's only 1 card that can be add up here, which we'll see in the next deck, but I'll just call it out right now and maybe put a print, I don't know, which is Charlotte Pudding, the new blue Charlotte Pudding. I see some Sakazukis run this card. Once I get to her in the next deck list, we'll see. This Charlotte Pudding is one of the most problematic cards that we'll see in OP06 format. I'll get to know why. But yeah, the rest is still the same. I'm just gonna add these 2 cards because they really are insane, especially Tashigi thanks to the consistency. Next is Windsmoke Reiju. Now, I actually don't find that we'll have so many problems with this card. I may be wrong. What I really wanna say about this matchup is very simple. This matchup will not have much Dawn to play with. So sometimes what's gonna happen is you guys will play Beppo, or yeah, you guys will play Beppo, for example. That's the best example I have, where he tells you if you have if you have less Dawn than your opponent, you regenerate a rested Dawn when you play him and every time you attack. Because she plays on very low Dawn, this may not happen as much as every other matchup. So this is just me warning you to be careful with that and make sure you keep her Dawn in check, because many times your Beppo will not activate. So yeah, that's pretty much the biggest problem here. I actually don't find the Windsmoke Ishiji, and the Windsmoke Judge such a problem. The rest are pretty easy to go around thanks to our power depletion and board wipe. But yeah, we do need to be careful with the Dawn, with the low Dawn count on this leader, because this leader pretty much does not play on Dawn, and that can catch us off guard. So we need to play around that. Another thing is Charlotte Pudding. Here she is. Why, to me, I believe this card is so problematic. I'm just gonna read her effect. On play, your opponent returns all of their hand cards to their deck and shuffles their deck. Then your opponent draws 5 cards. So this is a very big problem, and this will actually a very good card. This will keep many meta decks in check. For example, I believe this will be very, very good against Sakazuki. So if he wants to board wipe you and please your cost, he'll need to use his whole hand, and you can keep his hand in check thanks to this. But this will be a problem for us as well, because in case you play Red Purple, you kind of know this, which is you do like to have a good amount of cards, so you have a good amount of variety and combos to do. And even if you have 5 cards in hand already, and sometimes they'll play this, making you reset that hand will probably influence your next turn. So you play a turn, and you look at the cards on your hand and you kind of plan out your next turn most of the time. Based on that, if you can predict their place, that hand will come handy, and then they just drop you this, and well, that plan just goes to waste, and that could catch you off guard and turn around the tempo. This is why I believe this card will be a bit of a problem for us. So yeah, this is pretty much a better blocker law effect. Let's just get that straight. But yeah, thankfully the only thing we need to kind of look for on Reiju is look at her Dawn and be aware of the pudding. The rest, it's pretty much straightforward. Do keep in mind, obviously I'm just talking here, but there'll be videos in the channel somewhere along the way where I just will show some gameplay and will obviously play against her sometime. So when we get to that, we'll need to keep in check the Dawn and the pudding. That's it. Next is Perona. Perona, fortunately, is not as big of a problem for us as I would hope. Because of her deck list being the green can be a bit annoying, but it's the black, the cards that you most need to worry about. The black is pretty standard, as you can see, but she does not have much removal, besides the Drake that takes away the rested characters. Yeah, exactly. And then she pretty much just tries to control your attacks, keeping your characters rested. Now, what I suggest with this is to control your attacks. I don't believe going full aggro with Red Purple Law against this will be the way. You kinda, if you can attack with all of your characters, you still don't want to, because she pretty much plays around your rested characters. So leaving, making sure you have at least 2 attacks per turn will be the way. If you believe you can go for 3 attacks, for example, obviously you can go. Do keep in mind the green color part will take advantage of taking away their lives to get the hand advantage, so they have more options. This will not be such a problem. Again, just I believe the strategy here is to make sure you have enough characters to make 2 attacks per turn. If that means to not attack with your leader, so be it, because they'll have Don Flamingo and that's it. No, and there he is, and Arlong can as well stop you from attacking. So if sometimes that means you don't attack with your leader so you can make sure you have 2 attacks next turn, that's fine. What she'll probably do is take away your rested characters with board wiping, and that's pretty much it. Next is Yamato. Now, Yamato is not such a big of a problem with her deck. I believe, for what I've seen, her problem is really this, is the leader. It's the leader itself. So, the problem here is she always has double attack. And once you have 3 or less lives, she can attach 2 rested Dawn to one of her characters, whatever. The problem here, double attack against a 4 life leader is a problem. So this, if she manages to attack once to your leader and it goes through, you lose 2 lives. If she managed to make 2 attacks, that means you're at 0 already. So yeah, you don't have regeneration, not yellow color. So the leader itself is the biggest problem. What I've seen people do is actually don't play board most of the time up until late game. As you can see, she has many mid game to late game cards, and so what most of them do, for what I've seen, is they just keep attaching all the Dawn to Yamato and keep swinging until the first attack connects. So yeah, this will be a big problem for us. The way we need to go about this is very simple. Maybe save some counters for her leader attack and just hope for blockers. That's pretty much what we need to do. Because here's the thing, even if one character swing goes through, we are already at 3 lives, and then she just starts going ham with her rested Dawn. So yeah, we kind of need to go around that as much as possible. There's not much we can do. Again, the most we can do is hope for blockers, maybe try to save some counters for the leader ability early, try to counter early, and then just hope that we have blockers and board wipe enough to just take away our board and, you know, just keep swinging and being aggressive. Because she does only have 4 lives as well. That's the thing here. Because she only has 4 lives, and she does not have that much regeneration. She does have attention. She does have with Momonosuke, which is his walker, and place up to one of your Reno characters other than himself on the top or bottom of its owner life pile face up. Most of the time what they do is they swing with Okiko, then they play Momonosuke, and they bring Okiko back to lives, which then what happens is, if your opponent's life is at 3 or less, play this card. So as you can see, pretty much everything goes through if you have 3 lives. So yeah, this will be a very big problem. So yeah, the only strategy I'm seeing here, maybe with some practice, we can go around a little bit with another strategy for now, hoping for blockers and going very aggressive and trying to get as much board away as possible. We need to do this. We need to be very aggressive with our leader ability and swings. Unlike, for example, Perona, which we need to control our swings. So that's the duality here. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I know this was a very quick video. This is just to get a little bit of a spec on what will come. Obviously there will be videos on the future with gameplay which will solidify these little thoughts I have. You guys saw a little bit of the strategy and some problematic cards. For me, the most problematic will be Pudding. I think this card will be very good against us, and will be, you know, I believe Sakazuki now will be a much bigger problem now, a much bigger problem. So I just wanted to warn you about that. So thank you so much for watching, hope you enjoyed, like and subscribe if you did, and goodbye.